What is the secret to successfully manifest your outcome, your desire, your specific person, your job, your money? So the secret is no free will. Nothing in your reality has the free will to decide the outcome. So when many of you are just fighting circumstances or fighting thoughts, feelings, or assumptions or identities, fighting your specific person, you forget that they have no free will. So if I would wrap it up in the only thing that you need to do is you need to know they have no free will. It's going to be as you say it's going to be. So when it comes to your world, when it comes to your manifestation, it would be rather foolish knowing that you're completely in charge and that there are no dangers out there, there are no threats out there, to still continue saying the same story, the story that you won't basically get what you want. So this comes for a third party, for your specific person, basically for everything. Now, when you deal with the third party situation, the easiest way to remove a third party is to understand that you created it due to your assumptions, due to your insecurities, because your assumptions and your insecurities had no free will but to manifest in your reality because you stated them as being true. Now, if your specific person said something that you didn't like and it's not doing exactly what you want or is not doing it fast enough, remind yourself that they don't have free will, because even so delays in manifestation, and I'm also going to talk about time frames. Delays in manifestation come from the idea that that person out there or the 3D can decide different from you. So you say the yes, but the 3D or the RSP says the no. Well, it's actually impossible because you always get a yes. So every time you state something as being true for you, or even you joke about it, or you say it anyways, the 3D is gonna say, yes, here you are, here is your decision, here is your requirement. The 3D does not have the brains to understand whether it's a requirement, a fear, whether it's something you like or don't like, whether it's something you just said, or if you've thought it for long enough. So the 3D will say yes to everything that you entertain in your inner mind. Now, your assumptions will also say yes, your thoughts will also say yes, because when you're in a bubble that says, I don't get what I want, even you as the character will say yes to the assumptions that you won't get what you want. So the delays come from you not quite actually grasping the idea to your core that it has no other choice. It has no other choice but to manifest. And the scenario where the no exists is not even possible in your reality, okay? So it's not a power fight. It's not you fighting with an outer force, an outer source, and you being equal to that outer source or even inferior. It's just you understanding and accepting once and for all that yes, indeed, you can have everything that you want, because your outcome doesn't depend on your specific person, your outcome doesn't depend on your assumptions, your outcome doesn't depend on your mood. Your outcome depends on your decision to have it. Now, whether you can get to the conviction that you're going to have it, good. If you cannot get to the conviction that you will have it, it doesn't matter, say it anyways, okay? Because as Neville Goddard says, an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Now, talking about time frames and deadlines, many of you like struggling with time frames and deadlines, thinking that a certain manifestation is urgent when actually it's not urgent. So if you drop the urgency, you will see that it will manifest way more easier and way more faster. So can you manifest within a time frame? Yes, you can, because you're a god. I would be really stupid to tell you that you cannot manifest in a time frame. Of course you can. You can manifest in a time frame by taking in consideration these two fundamentals, that you are in charge and that nothing out there has the freedom to decide a different outcome than the outcome that you decided for yourself. So when you think and decide from the scenario that says this is the only choice, I can't view any other choices, this is the only choice, so I'm not going to expect to fail, I'm not going to expect to not have it by then. So that's how you manifest within a time frame, okay? Does it take certainty? And here I'm also going to touch the subject of feeling of the wish fulfilled. So what is feeling of the wish fulfilled? So the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it's you actually feeling neutral, which means you have no doubts, you have no worry, you don't have the excitement of a hopeful beggar. It's okay to be excited about your manifestation. I'm just saying you're not going to have the excitement of the divine doors opening and pouring, I don't know, the miracles into your life, okay? So you're going to be excited, but you're not going to be excited as a victim receiving their shit. You're going to be safe and secure. You're going to feel more relieved. And this is basically the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So when you cannot achieve that feeling, you're not going to chase the feeling of the wish fulfilled as if it's, so you're not going to pedestalize that feeling, because many of you, although are not preoccupied by your manifestation, are still preoccupied by reaching that certain level of feeling of the wish fulfilled. Basically, never chase, never be in the pursuit of something that is already yours. So you don't need to be in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It will happen automatically. You don't need to say 10,000 techniques. You don't need to do 10,000 techniques, because some of you just praise the techniques like they are going to open the doors of heaven for you, but they're actually not. And basically, don't praise or worship anything besides yourself. And when I'm saying about yourself, I'm talking about you as the conscious creator of your reality. I'm not talking about worshiping ideas, desires, circumstances, 3D, specific people, third parties, a specific amount of money, deadlines, whatever it is, okay? So, no free will. When you really get this, you'll see that your manifestation game will be way easier and you won't struggle so much, and you'll manifest instantly the way it's supposed to be. That's it for today.